Hello, my name is Coldbeer, and today I have made a collection of games similar to Journey. I have to say that there is nothing exactly like that released, but the titles I gathered have the same spirit of exploration and mystery you have experienced while playing Journey. So, let's start with Abzu. This game is almost the same as Journey, just under the water. Game's development lasted 3 years, involving a team of 13 people. It's probably more than living in Estonia. Several members, including game director Matt Nava and composer Austin Wintory, had previously worked on Journey, and the ocean setting of Abzu was both a reaction to the desert setting of Journey and also inspired by the game director's love of scuba diving. Game and story drew from Sumerian mythology and cosmic ocean myth. It combines futuristic technology with ancient ruins and magic. Underwater setting also gives you the ability to move in 3 dimensions, making this game a joy for any explorer. Flower. Game lets you take control of the wind as you explore and navigate beautiful, lush environments. Travel through varied landscapes at your own pace, interact with and change the environment as you go, find balance and harmony in your surroundings. This is an interactive escape that takes you on an emotional journey like never before. Controlling the game is as simple as guiding the wind in the direction you want to go. Game is accessible to gamers and non-gamers alike. Flower takes players on an incredibly personal and emotional experience. Exo One. At the moment of creating this video, Exo One is still unreleased and has no exact date of premiere. It is a single-player exoplanetary exploration game where you pilot an alien craft capable of manipulating gravity, drift and flow across enigmatic and desolate alien landscapes using a gravity-based movement system, transform between a sphere and glider to maintain momentum, using the geology beneath you and the clouds above to build colossal speeds and heights. See amazing high sci-fi planets, float through boiling cloud formations, slide and roll down hill and mountain faces, and drift toward alien horizons. Game is very atmospheric. Diffused visuals are merged with otherworldly sound effects and a hypnotic electric guitar soundtrack. Firewatch. A bit more story-driven game than the others mentioned earlier, Firewatch is a single-player first-person mystery set in the Wyoming wilderness. The year is 1989. You are a man named Henry, who has retreated from his messy life to work as a fire lookout in the Wyoming wilderness. Perched high atop a mountain, it's your job to look for smoke and keep the wilderness safe. An especially hot, dry summer has everyone on edge. Your supervisor, Delilah, is available to you at all times over a small handheld radio, your only contact with the world you've left behind. But when something strange draws you out of your lookout tower into the forest, you'll explore a wild and unknown environment, facing questions and making choices that can build or destroy the only meaningful relationship you have. This is a game for adults with adult conversation themes. It may be at the times disturbing for little persons, so keep that in mind if you're planning to play this with your family members. Osmos. Enter the ambient world, elegant physics-based gameplay, dreamlike visuals, and a minimalist electronic soundtrack. Your objective is to grow by absorbing other modes. Propel yourself by ejecting matter behind you, but be wise, ejecting matter also shrinks you. Game is calm and relaxing, and if you like the setting, also be sure to check another game that is very similar to Osmos. Flow. This is a game about piloting an aquatic organism through a surreal biosphere where you consume other organisms, evolve, and dive into the abyss. With an embedded design of dynamic difficulty adjustment, players with different skill levels can customize their game experience and enjoy the game at their own pace. Brothers, a tale of 2 sons. A man is clinging to life. His 2 sons, desperate to cure their ailing father, are left with but one option. They must set on a journey to find and bring back the water of life, as they come to rely on each other to survive. So, here you will guide 2 brothers on an epic fairy tale journey. Control both brothers at once as you experience co-op play in single-player mode, solve puzzles, explore the varied locations and fight boss battles, controlling both brothers with each thumbstick. Sayri, the beginning. forced to flee their homeworld after catastrophic events, Sayri has crash-landed on the stunning world of Eris. Inspired by its beauty, they are compelled to explore this unfamiliar planet in search of a new home. The journey has just begun, and Sayri will need to overcome many challenges that may be too great to face alone. Here you will discover every secret Eris has to offer by forming new friendships with curious locals along the way. Every creature you meet will have a unique ability to aid Sayri in their quest to find answers and settle into a new home. Open your heart to those in need, and they may in turn repay you the favor. At the time of creating this video, the game was not released yet, but it should hit our machines this year. Well, let's hope it won't be late. Never alone. Experience the epic journey of Nuna and Fox as they search for the source of an eternal blizzard that threatens the survival of everything they have ever known. This is an atmospheric puzzle platformer developed in collaboration with the Inupiat, an Alaskan native people drawn from a traditional story that has been shared across the generations. Here you will guide both characters in single-player mode or play in co-op with a friend as you trek through frozen tundra, leap across treacherous ice flows, swim through underwater caverns, and face enemies both strange and familiar. Superbrothers, Sword and Sorcery. This is an exploratory action-adventure with an emphasis on audiovisual style. Traverse a mythic realm, use a sword to do battle, and evoke Sworcery to solve mystical musical mysteries. As one of the reviews on Steam says, the atmosphere is stunning, the music is phenomenal, and it is overall just a really good experience. If you are looking for a very chill few hours and a fulfilling journey, then this just might be the game for you. Sword and Sworcery is a very short experience. There isn't a lot of actual gameplay, but the protagonist is an awesome female that is hard not to love. Soundtrack of this game was one of my favorite things to listen to for a few years, and it will become one of your favorites too, I have no doubt. Aiko. Here the protagonist is a young boy named Aiko, who was born with horns, which his village considered a bad omen. Yeah, I can imagine why. So the warriors locked him away in an abandoned fortress. During his exploration of the fortress, Aiko encounters Yorda, the daughter of the castle's queen, which plans to use Yorda's body to extend her own lifespan. And then I will not spoil you the story, you'll have to play the game yourself. Sadly, this game is available only on PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 consoles, but you can probably also play it by using PS Now on PlayStation 4 if you have one. The Last Guardian. Here you will control a boy who must cooperate with a half-bird, half-mammal creature, Trico, to solve puzzles and explore areas. You can climb on structures, carry objects, and operate various mechanisms, and Trico's size and agility allow it to reach areas where you cannot climb alone, and fight off guards who attempt to capture you. Certain obstacles such as gates or glass eyes frighten Trico and prevent him from progressing. You must deal with those objects in order to go further in the game. Also, you have to feed your beast and pet him occasionally to calm him after a battle. Trico has its own will and you can't control him directly. It is a very interesting and original setting, but the game is quite hard because there are times when Trico is not very cooperative and you are running out of options in order to make him do what you want him to do. If you ever in your life opened the door for your cat and then asked him to come in, but he just sat there instead and did nothing, then you can realize what I'm talking about quite easily. The Unfinished Swan. Explore a mysterious all-white landscape by splatting paint to reveal the world around you. You'll follow a swan that stepped out of unfinished painting and wandered into a surreal, storybook-inspired kingdom. Each chapter brings surprises, new ways to explore the world, a host of bizarre and sometimes dangerous creatures, and encounters with the eccentric king who built this empire. This is simply one of the best puzzle games ever created. If you're looking for a simple game with a good story and relaxing gameplay, this game is for you. Dear Esther. This game immerses you in a remote and desolate island. As you step forward, a voice begins to read fragments of a letter, and so begins a journey. Abandoning traditional gameplay for a pure story-driven experience, Dear Esther fuses its beautiful environments with a breathtaking soundtrack to tell a powerful story of love, loss, guilt, and redemption. Every playthrough is a unique experience with randomly generated audio, visuals, and events. Here you will explore incredible environments that fully immerse you in the haunting island and its mysterious past, like you never experienced in a game before. Here you will encounter no enemies. It's a perfect game to explore, although it's very short. Protheus. This is a game about exploration and immersion in a dreamlike island world where the soundtrack to your play is created by your surroundings. Played in first person, the primary means of interaction is simply your presence in the world and how you observe it. The procedurally generated islands are home to creatures natural and imagined, tranquil valleys, and ruins with magical properties. Vanishing of Ethan Carter. This is a first-person story-driven mystery game that focuses entirely on exploration and discovery. It contains no combat or explosions of any kind. You play the game as an occult-minded detective who receives a disturbing letter from Ethan Carter. Realizing the boy is in grave danger, Detective Paul arrives at Ethan's home of Red Creek Valley, where things turn out to be even worse than he imagined. The game is inspired by the weird fiction of the early 28th century and aims to significantly evolve immersive storytelling in games. Rime. A land of discovery stretches out before you. Explore the beautiful yet rugged world in this single-player puzzle adventure. Here you will play as a boy who was awakened on a mysterious island after a menacing storm. You see wild animals, long-forgotten ruins, and a massive tower that invites you to come closer. Armed with your wits and a will to overcome, you must explore the enigmatic island, reach the tower's peak, and unlock its closely guarded secrets. Everybody's gone to the Rapture. Deep within the countryside, the village of Yorton stands empty, toys lie forgotten in the playground, and the wind blows quarantine leaflets around the silent churchyard. The birds lie where they have fallen, and strange voices haunt the radio waves. Where is everybody? What happened here? That's what you will have to find out. This is a great game, but it has one very annoying feature. You can't run here, so every exploration you do is painfully slow and can run you out of your patience. Lifeless planet. After a hard landing on the planet, the astronaut discovers that planet that was reported to be rich with life is instead a barren wasteland. When he goes searching for his crew, he makes a more startling discovery, evidence that humans have already been on this planet years ago. When he comes upon a deserted Soviet-era Russian town, he struggles to make sense of his mission. Did his light speed travel to the planet send him back in time? Or this is all some strange Cold War hoax? That you will have to find out. That's it. This huge list is finally over. Please don't hesitate to subscribe for more videos like that, and of course, press that like button. Thank you very much. Have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.